laid out cafeteria because I
No.
feel like there were too many things you could miss.
Yeah, for
Like-
such a new place, you'd think the flow of their cafeteria would be a little smarter, but
Yeah. There's with a cafeteria, you really need to have the person walk through and see everything, not just wander in and who knows where they're going to go.
yeah. And there were like maybe 4 or 5 different sections of this cafeteria. There
Yeah.
was the soup station, the salad station, and then one big sort of curved, regular kind of cafeteria section. But you don't have to file through in a line. You could pop in to the Asianish food section where they had some egg rolls and rice, but also mashed potatoes and vegetables.
Yeah.
Where there was the Indianish section that had like some kind of chicken, butter chicken, curry chicken. I couldn't really tell. Didn't look so great. And naan bread. And then there was the, I guess, American food, BLTs, burgers, and the like.
Yeah.
Then there was like a baked goods and coffee section. More of
Yeah.
a breakfasty area.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we were only in it for one thing, so
That's
we
right.
got a few other things too. So that's a lot.
So got a cheeseburger, got a chili. You got a chili as well. We each got Jello because we were at a hospital.
Yeah, you said you don't particularly like gelatin or Jello, but
We're at a hospital.
yeah, you got to get that. And I also took some mashed potatoes. I don't know why I did. It's a weird thing to take.
You love
but-
mashed potatoes.
Yeah,
Is
but
why?
with a burger, it's kind of weird.
You've done it before.
Yeah, no, that's true. These were not particularly good mashed potatoes. I had an idea that they were probably going to be potato flakes or even worse, potato dust.
I don't even know what you're saying.
Well, like instant potatoes.
You started describing these instant potatoes to me while we were there, and I realized I've probably never had instant mashed potatoes because I feel like mashed potatoes are one of the easiest things you can make. You don't need to make it easier.
Have you ever mashed potatoes? 'Cause
Sure.
I build up such a sweat mashing potatoes, and also I get these horrific blisters on my mashing hand.
Now, now, Matthew, I suspect that this is because when you make mashed potatoes, you don't make 2 or 3 servings of mashed potatoes, but rather you make pounds of mashed potatoes.
Oh yeah, I go by the pound. Am I making a 5-pound bag or a 10-pound bag?
And you do the whole bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
What's the point,
what's the
Ian?
point? Yeah.
But we also, you got mashed potatoes as well. Instant mashed potatoes, you believe. What's the difference to you in your mouth? How can you tell?
It's they're a little saltier, but not in like
You love salt.
I do love salt.
You added more salt.
I did, but there's a taste to it, and I can't really describe it. But like one day we'll do it. I'll make you fresh potatoes, and I'll also make you packaged dusty potatoes, and then you tell me what you think.
What do you
There's
mean dusty?
Well, there's
Why are
also
they dusty?
there's no chunks of potato.
Okay.
So, and I don't like chunks. I would like it to be as smooth as
As
instant.
creamy as possible.
However, when I bite into some of the instant potatoes, sometimes you get a little pocket of dust.
Oh.
It's like
pudding.
like pudding. Yeah.
Okay.
And
So,
that's if it's not mashed very well, but
like if you actually make homemade pudding or cafeteria pudding, I love that stuff.
Mhm.
Where every now and again you get this little pocket of dust where the moisture didn't reach that little area of pudding.
yeah.
And I kind of love that.
Yeah, it's not bad for pudding. For
For
pudding.
mashed potatoes,
Mashed
not
potatoes,
so
I
much.
don't like it. It's too much, too condensed. The powder, you don't want the illusion to be broken.
Fair enough.
When was the last time you were in a cafeteria?
Gosh. School?
Okay. Yeah, no, you're right.
Let's say Cégep.
Okay.
Like, I guess I was 18,
Oh wow.
19 maybe.
Sure. When was the last? I think we've talked about this on the podcast, but I used to frequent our old high school's cafeteria.
Yeah.
Um,
Like you would graduate and years later you would go back for lunch.
Shepherd's Pie Day never changed.
What day of the week is that?
I don't know anymore. It used to be
Okay.
Wednesdays,
Okay.
but it was like every second Wednesday.
Got it.
So if I was coming back from downtown and it was around lunchtime, 11:36, I'm gonna go and get some, get some shepherd's pie for like $2.
That's a great price. Did they not eventually stop you because this food is presumably sort of like subsidized by the government so that people can have warm meals at public school, and they didn't like that you were just coming in going like, well, Shepherd Pie Day, that's the best price on Shepherd's Pie in town.
Government never knew. I had a visitor's pass that I never returned, so
So you could go in anytime you like, get some Shepherd's Pie.
it's laminated.
Were kids looking at you going like, I wonder who this visitor is, I wonder why he's here, and he's only here on Wednesday afternoons every other week?
And he always gets 2 plates of shepherd's pie.
Because you're a big kid, you've got an appetite.
Yeah, no. I played the part. I wore my cap backwards and had some school books with me.
Hey, youths!
Hello, fellow teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Eventually, I stopped it. I felt too weird. I used to just go and eat alone in the corner. But
So you weren't even a cool kid when you went back? You couldn't sit at the cool table?
Oh God, no. The kids have gotten very cool
Have they?
since we've been to school.
Well, what are they doing that's so cool now?
Just the way they sit on chairs. Sometimes they sit backwards on them.
What do you mean?
So
Weren't they just stools
Yeah, there was stools
attached to a table?
Yeah, I mean, some of them are the way the way some kids lean on walls and doorways. You just kind of realize that you could never be that cool, and you find out in a moment like that. It's just, and then you realize that you're eating in a high school cafeteria and you haven't gone to school in years. It's weird, but I did feel a little bit of anxiety when we were going to this cafeteria, because I was like, I don't know where I want to sit. I don't know. This is very important, because where I sit today is going to determine
exactly
where I stand in this hospital for years to come.
Forever. Yeah. So I was thinking while we were sitting down. I mean, I did not get a great seat, honestly.
You didn't.
I looked around at what was available.
Yeah.
And there was a little, a 2-person seater beside a wall, like a little half wall.
Yeah.
And I sat on it, and there was a dad with his baby sitting. Well, the baby was sitting on the half wall, and the baby looked like he was ready to steal some of our food.
Yeah.
Until the dad took him away. That was a great relief. But I was looking around. I see, here's a table, 4 doctors all sitting together. Maybe that's the cool table. As we were leaving, I saw a bigger table that looked like it was maybe just cleaning staff, and they look maybe they're the cool table. It's hard to tell when everyone's grown-ups what is the cool table.
Yeah,
because it's more relative, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, not everybody is just, if anyone was there doing homework,
sure.
If anyone wore really bulky glasses,
those are the nerds.
They're definitely the nerds, yeah. But if everyone's smiling, having a good time, maybe we live in a world without nerds anymore. Maybe everyone's cool.
Well, I've heard that the nerds have taken over the world.
Yeah.
That's why superhero movies are so successful.
Yeah, but superheroes are played by non-nerds.
That's true. You got me there.
So, I don't know. I think maybe they're just turning what was once nerdy into something that's now manly and cool.
Interesting.
I don't know how the world works, but I do know that I really want to go and sit with those doctors.
Yeah.
And just sit down casually what's good?
What? Wait, what?
I would say
you'd sit down and say, "What's good?"
Yeah. What's good with the medical profession? Have you read that? Have you read the latest
paper study?
Yeah. What do they do when they journal? Have you been keeping up to date with the latest medical journals? And then I'd have to do some research.
Just
first,
simply not understand their answer.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. But I couldn't even tell them apart from nurses, quite frankly.
The doctors had long white coats.
Did they all?
I believe so. I felt like there were some people in just blue scrubs or bluish greenish scrubs. I think it was blue. And then there were people with long white coats on.
Yeah.
One of them definitely had a stethoscope in her pocket.
Wow. I always thought there'd be some kind of hierarchy for or just like a more prestigious table for doctors and nurses to eat at.
I think that's the beauty of the cafeteria.
With the sickies.
That it's a cafeteria, that everyone convenes in the cafeteria.
I guess. Just seems like a hotspot for diseases, which is what I was there for, and I don't think I walked out of there any iller than when I walked in.
Well, you didn't really make an effort to rub or lick many door handles or anything.
No, things were pretty...
it's pretty clean in there.
Clean, yeah. But I also, if you notice, I did not clean my hands. I didn't sanitize my hands at any point.
Oh, I did notice that actually.
Oh, so
Because I saw that there was sanitizer, and I thought, I just got here. I was in the shower right before I left home, so this is fine.
it's just as much for you as it is for the people in the hospital.
I suppose that's true, but I feel like I'm clean, so I don't need to sanitize that much. It was just in the shower.
Yeah, exactly. So do you want to talk a bit about this burger?
Sure. Okay, so we sat down with our meals. You can find a photo of my meal on the Instagram page at Burger Edition on Instagram. This wasn't a great burger.
It was a
cafeteria level burger.
It was serviceable.
Yeah.
It was what it was.
Yeah.
But, I don't know how much it cost, but I think I have an issue with that.
With the price?
Yeah.
Okay, Matthew, cheeseburger, small bowl of chili, iced tea, mashed potatoes, and a Jell-O. 15 and change?
Yeah.
Mine was $15.75, but instead of mashed potatoes, I got some Halls.
Yeah.
And instead of iced tea, I got some water.
Yeah, so that makes me think that all of those side elements couldn't have cost very much, because Halls and mashed potato, like, Halls are what, like $1 item?
Maybe $1.20 sort of thing.
So even if I say that every other item costs $2, which $2 for a little snack pack Jell-O, too much. $2 for the
No, the Jell-O I saw a price. It was under $2. It was one something.
Right, even if I paid $8 for that burger, that's too much money for that burger. That burger should have been like $4.
I can't really argue with you. $4 to $6 I think would be fine. Except you have to factor in, like when you go to a sporting event, how everything's a little overly expensive because you're there, you're locked in, you got to stay here, you got to pay our prices. At the hospital, where else are you gonna go?
Well,
you're gonna walk 4 blocks and go to Capoli and get the biggest burger in town? No, you'll just go downstairs to the cafeteria and get whatever burger they have here.
But you could have gone to the Satay Brothers or Satay Brothers,
That's
whatever,
true.
and I'm sure their prices are going to be a little more in the ballpark of what you're used to paying for their food.
I imagine, yeah, but it'll probably be more expensive. They're kind of a premium.
Well, then what about you go to Mr. Pretzels? Get yourself a beautiful twisted piece of dough.
Yeah, so there was a Mr. Pretzel in this hospital, which I find so weird, because that's usually the type of thing you see in a mall and basically ignore.
Yeah.
And then so we saw
unless they're giving out free samples.
Unless they're giving out free samples,
all the attention they want.
Even then, I rarely get the free samples.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm not walking around going like, "Oh boy, a little bit of pretzel, hurrah!" I don't care.
Well, a little bit of pretzel, but sometimes they have a lot of these places in the underground mall, and you can hit 5 of these places up and get a whole pretzel.
Matthew,
in pieces.
You're talking about the quote unquote underground city, the collection of malls that are all connected by halls.
Yes.
What kind of samples are you getting in these malls?
Oh no, just the Mr. Pretzels.
Oh, they've got several pretzels.
There's so many. There's so many, and they're always giving out free samples, and you can just do a round, and by the end, if you haven't eaten your samples, you can kind of piece together a whole pretzel.
There's a Mr. Pretzel that I pretty much ignored in this hospital, but I guess I paid more mind to it because it seemed out of place in a hospital.
Yeah.
As did a jewelry store. Just didn't seem to make sense. But I wonder, like, what is that family dinner like? Oh, Steven, I heard you got a new job. You work at the hospital now? I work at the hospital. Oh, what do you do there? What department? Nutrition. Yeah, I work in nutrition. Well, what do you do exactly? I make pretzels, all right? I make pretzels. I work at the Mr. Pretzel. I fold dough. I make knots, and I put salt on it.
You happy now?
Yeah.
Like, ruin Thanksgiving.
It just seems so weird. Like, that seems like a weird job, too. Like, also airports, that there are people who, oh, yeah, I work at the Tim Hortons at the airport.
Yeah, well, that's how you have to say it. You don't say, like, for the pretzel worker, you don't say, I work at the hospital. And then you're setting yourself up for disappointment.
Well, you're just hoping that there aren't too many questions, really, and you can get away looking pretty good.
Yeah, but, you start off small and then you build it. You start off small and you don't build up, but you build kind of sideways. You build strange.
Like, what do you mean?
It's like, I make pretzels. And they're like, oh, whereabouts? And it's like, at the hospital. It doesn't make your job any better, but it makes it more interesting.
It does make it more interesting.
And it's like, oh, do you know doctors? And I'm like, no, they don't eat my pretzels.
I know my manager. He told me how to make these pretzels.
Yeah.
I do it that way.
Yeah, pretzel shape.
Classic pretzel shape. These ones are pretty big, though. These aren't like the type you'll find in a bag.
Yeah. You're talking about bagged pretzels with, they're darker brown. They're hard.
Talking about big, soft pretzels.
Yeah, they're very different. Have you ever had one? And then you just kind of start to play up your pretzel making skills. I don't know.